If I were to talk to myself like 5 years ago to today and be like, oh, you're moving to Iceland to be with some freaking white dude, I would punch myself in the face fully.
All right.
At this point, I want to be like, Ingi, blink twice if you need help. Let's get into the latest. Hi guys, welcome back to Nikki Faces Reality. We're here to discuss Corona and Ingi in the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. We're just going to jump straight into their segment because it's short and sweet, but there's a lot in it. Before we do, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, we jump into their first morning together. As you guys remember, their introduction was not cute. So it's nice to see him being silly, being affectionate. It's Bun Day in Iceland, and he explains a little bit what it represents. So it's cute to see him being playful, to introducing her to new traditions. So Corona does mention that while his welcome was a bit icy, he warmed up a little bit that night. And I just don't know if I believe it, because she gives me the vibe of someone that would kiss and tell, and she wasn't really telling us much. So I feel like they probably just cuddled, which is fine. And so we see them walk into a cafe because it is Bun Day after all. And she is just happy. She's just like, I'm cold, but I'm with my person. And every time she says my person, you guys, it's bad. I cringe so hard because she's such a beautiful girl. And I believe that she believes that he's her person. I just don't know if he got that memo, you know? So they're at the cafe, they're eating their cute little desserts, and she tells him that she took a really big test, and this test determines if she can work as a midwife, if she can go to school, all of the things. And he's like, oh, okay, great. Like, I know you did well. And she says that this test determines whether or not she can be a nurse in Iceland. And she adds that if she doesn't pass the test, she does have to go back home to study and retake it. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. Like, we'll handle it. And he seems unfazed by it. And she's like, I'm not joking. Like, I will have to go back home to retake it. And he's like, yeah. Like, well, you know, we'll take it as it comes. Like, we'll figure it out. And I don't think that's the reaction that she wanted.
Then I don't know if I can stay in Iceland.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, like, I'm not joking. I would have to go back home to the States, study some more, take the test again.
Yeah. Figure it out.
She shoots him a look that's like, that's all you got kind of thing. And I know some of you in the comments were saying that people in this part of the world are less expressive. And that could be true, but I also feel like humans are way more dynamic than that, than to just be like, these people don't do this. My feelings towards this is whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you usually know how someone feels about you. And I am getting attraction from them. I'm just not getting a she's my person from him. And so that aside though, in this moment, the way that she looked at him, it's clear that she wants a reaction out of him. I think that what she wants is to him express concern, to express that he doesn't want her to go, something like that. But instead he's being chill and supportive, which is great if you're into that. But if you're into fireworks, he's not giving you fireworks. So the way that she acts sometimes, I'm like, was he ultra expressive when you guys met and then all of a sudden switched up? Or was he always a chill guy? And then when you set it up in your brain that you're gonna move to be with him, did you just expect him to change? I just want to know, like, what led to this move, because I do think that this was orchestrated by her, but he didn't have to accept it if he didn't want it. So I would love to know for real what the driving force is to be together. And so I thought that she was going to get this test result like weeks from now. I thought that they would milk it on the show. No, they checked the result right then and there and she passed, which is great. I'm really happy for her. Wish she was going to UPenn, but she wants to be in Iceland, right? And so immediately she squeals, he gets up, he hugs her, he kisses her. Nice moment. Immediately she switches gears and she's like, okay, well, I have to figure out where I can work here. I need to sign up for school. And he's like, or we can take it step by step. Guys, we're looking at a man that has bitten off more than he can chew. This is a man that's never been in a relationship. He hasn't played house with someone before, even like a little bit. And now he's living with somebody full time. Yeah, he's overwhelmed. And hearing her like really plan out her life over there, he's like, and so he's a chill dude, but she's not a chill girl. And even though she's been dulling herself, you can still tell that she's not chill. So she's looking at him and she's like, you're used to the vacation version of me, but you haven't seen working me. And I know people have mixed feelings about Corona, but I think she's really intelligent and I can appreciate her work ethic. I just think that you got to read the room, and I don't know if he's buying what you're putting down. But I admire that she's a go-getter. I just am like, ooh, when she's like, I don't think you know just how important what I've done is, like this move is. I think he has an idea, of just how drastic it is to like uproot your life. But in terms of the details, whatever he doesn't know, it's because you haven't told him. And as you guys recall, she's been hiding an entire personality from him. So whatever he doesn't know, it isn't his fault. And I say that because it sounds like this is the first time that she's explaining the importance of UPenn and how big of a decision it was for her to be like, I'm actually going to put that on the back burner so I can move to Iceland. And you can tell that he knows nothing because in this conversation, he's like, well, can't you take a semester off and then go back and decide? And she's like, no, I can't do that.
Ingi's response says that he doesn't understand the magnitude of what it means that I even got accepted into this school at Penn, let alone gave it up for him. And granted, I should have been more upfront and told him what a big deal that is to me, but also I wish I didn't have to spell everything out for him and that some things he would just pick up on his own.
Corona girl, you cannot be mad he doesn't understand the magnitude of this when he wasn't even in the conversations with you deliberating this. It's a lot, and I think that now that she's having this conversation, it's kind of opened the floodgates of communication all of a sudden. So she's like peeling back the layers of everything. It's just so interesting because yes, she's been hiding parts of her personality, but it seems like she's also been like downplaying her victories, downplaying her tantrums. It's a lot at once. So it's just weird that she's like, I've sacrificed all of this for you, but at the same time having to reintroduce herself because she's been hiding huge parts of herself. And Ingi is just like, okay, like that's all he can muster because he didn't expect Monday to go like this. And I'm gonna overshare for a second with you guys. So there's a part where she's like, I'm not trying to overwhelm you, as she's overwhelming him. And I felt dragged by this moment because I just had a similar moment with this guy that I like. I was over communicating because I didn't want to be misunderstood. And in doing so, I came off so crazy, you guys. It was a moment of reflection. I had to be like, ooh, I am so sorry. Yeah, so I'm watching this back and I'm like, I hope that Ingi gives her the grace and also with love tells her you need to chill, It's just so easy to come off like you're being unhinged when you're a passionate girl trying not to be passionate. So you might as well just be who you are from the start, and whoever's with you is with you, and whoever's not, they're not for you. But Corona is set on Ingi, okay? And somebody, I don't think that I care enough to do it, but somebody needs to start a count how many times she says gentle partnering. I can't because I'm losing my mind hearing it. It's just her shtick and she just won't let go of it. And so she's explaining to him all the times that she's wanted to fly off the handle, but she's gentle partnering.
Since me and Ingi have been together, I have been soft partnering him. And so a lot of the things that are important to me or that are pissing me off, there have been some times where like legitimately I wanted to pop the off on you, praying mantis bite your head off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do not because I consider myself soft partnering.
Eh?
in which I'm trying to be a softer version of myself for your benefit and mine.
All right.
But it doesn't mean like it hasn't been in there and that I haven't been triggered.
And he's like, okay. And it sounds like she's talking to a child. It's not sexy. And she's like, I'm trying not to pop off. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be softer. And I feel for her because I can only imagine in the spaces that she's in just how often she's being tone policed. So Black and brown women are always being told to be softer, that we're too aggressive, that we're too passionate, that we're too headstrong. And I don't think those are negatives. But if that's something that you want to work for yourself and if that's really where it's coming from, I support it. But she's like, I want to be softer for me and for you. She's like, but there's going to be times that I'm going to pop off. And he says, well, if you pop off, I'll just try to make you laugh. And I'm just like, has Ingi been around women ever? Because that's exactly what you don't do. And Corona lets him know.
Yeah, if you pop up, I'm just going to try to make you laugh.
That's a mistake. Okay?
You'll see.
You've been warned.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I'm still gonna keep soft partnering the out of you.
All right.
But I can only hold in so much.
All right.
Yeah, as I said, it feels like she's talking to a child, the way that she's like having to like break it down. And he didn't ask for this. So he's again in taking all of this new information and it's illuminating. And he looks scared. He's a chill guy and he's trying to play it like it's nothing, but you could see the fear in his eyes and in his body language, the way that he's shifting, and she picked up on it. Like, I just know his D&D group chat is gonna be in the know by the end of the night. And I know this is gonna be a reoccurring thing because Ingi in his confessional mentions that he's been really honest in this relationship. So to hear that she's been hiding all these parts of herself, it's dishonest. And so he's taken aback by that she's been technically lying to him. But still in person, he's saying all the right things. And he says that, you know, like it's just part of their journey to get to know each other for real, outside of vacations. These two, I have so many questions. And I know that there's that article that he said that basically that they're not together anymore, but they were together once. So even if they're not together, I don't really care about the destination. I care about the journey and just how they got there. And I have so many questions. They just seem energetically so different. I wonder what made them connect. I would love to know your thoughts on this segment. We're learning more and more about these two. What vibe are you getting? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.